welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for being here and for clicking on the video and watching and supporting and liking and subscribing and all of the good stuff. I'm so excited that this week we are going to be going over 2026 and how we're preparing. So if you do not follow me on Instagram, I did just start a series called The Internal Edit, which has been something that's been on my heart and my mind, and I've been trying to lay out all the details and stuff for a couple of months. I've been going through my own health journey, my own gut health journey. I've just been learning so much from my functional practitioner. It's kind of changed the way, obviously huge, the way that I eat, the way that I take care of my body, the way that I train, just my mental perspective. I also have a life coach as well. And I just feel like so much of my life has changed last year that I want to share that with you guys. I want to pour my heart out into my content. And I just was brainstorming on ways on how I can do that without it feeling overwhelming. And I was like, okay, I can put this into a series. So I decided to name my series The Internal Edit because that's truly what last year was. I focused so much on everything internal and made sure that I laid out a great foundation before I went into 2026. And just I'm going head in at all of my goals. We are doing this together, and I just want to be able to provide you with how I'm doing it. In case I do it, we can be okay, these steps worked, so we're gonna do it step by step. So every single week I am doing a video on Instagram. So this week we laid out the foundation. So for the last 2 weeks of December, New Year's was kind of in a weird place, and it didn't land on a Monday or a Sunday on how we usually like it to land. It kind of landed in such a weird place where I was okay, I'm gonna use this time and I'm gonna create a solid foundation. I completely decluttered my house. I decluttered drawers that were yelling at me to go through and to clean. I made sure to clean out my fridge. I meal prepped. I literally did all of these things that I felt was gonna set me up for a solid 2026. And I just wanted to create a solid foundation. So let's kind of figure out how I organize everything. So one of my New Year's goals was to be able to kind of write letters to myself. And I did kind of steal this from my life coach. And I want to be able to at the end of the year, look back on certain parts of my life and see how I felt when I felt it in that moment. Basically, I just wanted to pick up a journal / something that in the morning that I can just brain dump, or I can see if there's certain patterns, because last year, honestly, and this is me getting real personal, and this is what I want this channel to be. I want to be able to sit here and yap, and I just feel I have such a great community of girls where I can do that and not feel judged. So we are gonna open up a little bit and kind of reflect on my 2025 year, because there were a lot of highs. There were so many highs. I achieved some things that I just felt I was never going to be able to achieve in my entire life. And then there were also some really, really, really lows and things that were just completely out of my control. And this is why the last 5 months of the year, I decided to seek help, and I decided to seek a life coach. And I felt she's just really been my hype girl, and she's just been a really solid foundation in who I've become. And I also my gut health. I really felt there was just a lot of things wrong, and I was tired. I was just tired of not feeling I'm living to my full potential. So I really wanted to focus on that. I spent a lot of time doom scrolling. I felt doom scrolling was my enemy. My phone was my enemy. I just, right when I woke up in the morning, I would grab my phone and I would doom scroll, and it was literally killing my dreams. I know that it was, because it did not set me up for success. I felt I woke up and I'd grab my phone and I'd be on it for an hour, and before you know it, I didn't hit the gym when I wanted to. I didn't have enough time in the morning. I felt I would go throughout my day and just have all of of these things that I needed to do, but because I just wasn't setting myself up for success, and I was doing kind of like the bare minimum. Like I was doing my job. Yeah, I was like showing up, I was doing my job, but I don't feel it in my heart and in my soul and what I know that I'm capable of. Like I was not showing up as her. And that sucked. Like at the end of the day, like, yeah, like I was doing so much with Honor Active, which I'm so appreciative. Like I got flown to London, New York, Miami, like I got to do shoots like all over the world. Like it was amazing. It was such a high career. But why was I still feeling this way at home and still not just feeling like I'm doing enough? Like it's such like a weird like pull. And this is something that I've been like talking and deep diving in with like my life coach, and I'm like, I'm so confused. Like we were also obviously have been trying to conceive and have a little baby for the last like 2 years. This year was also really hard, and there were a lot of really low moments, and something that I chose not to share fully online. Like I do like my sprinkles, but it was really hard. It was really hard to have these like such high moments when it comes to like my career and like where I feel like I'm at in life, but to also have this like polar opposite of like these really dark lows that were like kind of like behind the scenes and kind of hidden. Like it was just such like two extremes. I just really felt like, not to go off like a huge tangent, but I just really felt like I wasn't grounding myself. Like I wasn't meeting myself in the middle and being able to feel both. Like I would go and feel this like really high and this really extreme, and then 2 weeks, a week later, whatever time of the month it is, I would be this really low, and there was no like middle. So I was like constantly being pulled. So I was tired of that. So one of my big goals this year was to journal, and when I wake up in the morning to be able to like not grab my phone for the first hour and a half and just like throw everything in this book. And I've been doing it. What day is it? It's the 6th. And I've been doing it for 6 days now. And let me tell you, I know everybody thinks like it's like that like cliche thing for like influencers, like you see them like journaling in the morning. But let me tell you, there is a reason for that. I get to wake up in the morning, and instead of grabbing my phone, I get to be excited about something different. And then when I cross this off in the morning and I don't doom scroll, I get an instant hit of dopamine because I did something that I told myself I was going to do. And that like instant is like, I get to achieve so much today. Like it's just that like mind shift, and it's been a game changer. So basically, I got this at Papier, and you get to do there's so many that you can choose from, and I chose this one. She is absolutely beautiful. I bought her with my own money. I also, something that I talked to my life coach about is what's crazy is I typically am like a neutral girly. Like I always want to go towards something that's like cream because obviously it goes with everything. But like the shift in my life that I am feeling, I wanted to pick up a journal and look at her and be like, she's so beautiful. Like she is literally gorgeous and she has so much color. And when I was looking at journals, I literally texted her right away and I was like, this is so weird. Like I'm not used to like doing something so like bright and like outlandish. Like, and she is just so like, is she not perfect for me? And she has my name on it, and I just love her. So basically you get to kind of reflect in the morning and in the evening, and it's just like your daily intentions, your energy levels, and your sleep, because you'll start to see like, oh, like I had 6 hours of sleep, I have a little 2 energy today. You also get restful moments, your movement, how do you feel? And then at the end of the day, you get to reflect on your day. And it's just a little journal prompt. You can kind of like write to yourself a little letter. It has daily gratitude in it. And this has been like a highlight of my day, and I love her. And then I also have this little like checklist that I bought off of just Amazon. So after I'm done with that in the morning, I take this and I literally just brain dump. I brain dump everything that I have to do for the day. Literally everything and anything, even if it's super small, like I'd like to do this today, but it doesn't necessarily have to be done today. And then then you just do your top priorities, you do what's tomorrow, and then if you have any appointments or calls. And this just has been nice because I am not dreading on all the list of things that I have to do today throughout my entire day. Because when I woke up in the morning, I brain dumped. I just threw it all on here, and that's like been the best thing in the entire world. So this week we are literally solely just working on foundation, being able to create those small habits. I know that we typically get really overwhelmed, and I know that I was starting to feel overwhelmed when I was looking at Instagram and all I was seeing was like these extravagant vision boards and just like literally all of these like rebrand, or like I need to be a whole new person, like I am gonna completely rebrand myself for 2026 and like all of these things. And I love the woman that I am, and I know I'm gonna love the woman that I'm becoming. And I don't mean that in the most like conceited way. I mean that in a way of like, I have went through some hard moments in my life. Like one of the like deepest, darkest, scariest things, like I have been through it all. Obviously those are like, I'm excited to start sharing those things with you guys like as we become besties and as my YouTube progresses. But I think that like that's made me the woman that I am. Like I feel like if I have a goal in mind, I'm gonna work really hard, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna make sure that I get it. And I think that that's like a great mentality and a great thing that like my life has like stilled inside of me. So I love her and I love everything that she has gone through. Obviously it's not ideal situations, and it's not things that I ever want my kids to go through, or it's just been hard. I didn't feel like I needed a complete rebrand, but I knew, and feeling that way was like, I was like, dang, do I need to do all of these things to be successful? Like, do I need to do like all of these, I don't know, things that I'm seeing online to be able to achieve like my dreams? And I was just truly feeling overwhelmed. And I think that it is so smart for you to go into 2026 and for you to have a plan. I think that you should make sure that vision boards are great. Like I think they're amazing things to do, but I don't want you to just put things on your vision board because you loved that picture, or you saw it on Pinterest, or like it was just something that'd be like, oh, that'd be cute to have. Like I think that there's like intentions behind vision boards. Like I was telling my life coach, like I really want to buy a house in 2026, and she was like, okay, like why do you want a house? Like and that's on my vision board. And I was like, because like the reason why I want to buy a house is because growing up, like I have never lived in the same place for more than a couple of years. And I've only had like a stable life since I've been with my husband, and my husband has been able to like provide that stability for me, not like financially, but like, I mean both. Like I think that that's what like a house represents, like stability for yourself. And like my whole life, yeah, I've moved, I've went to like 10 different schools. Like I never really like got to like grow up with like the same like people all throughout the schools. Like I feel like a lot of people do, which I'm not asking for like pity, but that is something why it means so much for me to be able to be like, I achieved that and put it on my vision board. And there's like reasons behind that, not just because like, oh my God, like, and if you just want a house, like absolutely, like not saying you need to have this extravagant whys behind it, but I'm just using that as an excuse of if you want like more money, like, okay, well, like what does more money represent for you? Because more money doesn't always represent happiness. Like, have you ever heard this saying, more money, more problems? You know, like that's like a thing. Like, do you want, I guess, more money because you feel like it's gonna provide you with stability? Because I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I just think that there's certain whys behind life and like behind your vision boards. And that's why like sometimes I have like a hit and miss with vision boards. I think if you're super intentional about your vision board, I think that they're amazing, and I think that they're like great things to do. I create a vision board on Pinterest, but to be honest with you, I don't always like do like a hard version of it. But I'm also a Pinterest girly. Like I love looking at Pinterest. I am literally on Pinterest every single day. Like I'm looking at that vision board all the time. I'm adding things throughout the year. Like it's been amazing. But vision boards are amazing. I think that you should absolutely do it if you feel like you're being super intentional about them. You can also create them also on Pinterest board. Pinterest board is just like my life and like how I tend to like manifest things. Like I have things in my life that I want to manifest, not necessarily this year, but in the next couple of years. And I truly believe like the way that you manifest, like if you see something or if you want something and you truly like immerse yourself into it and you kind of like feel the way that you feel once you achieve that, like that's how you manifest. Like I want to work so hard because I have that feeling, or I know that feeling of what it's gonna feel like when I get it, you know, like that's the way that I love to like manifest and like and Pinterest is like my manifestation board. I have like a mommy board, I have my future nursery and baby shower, I used to have like my wedding, and I have like other dreams on there. Like I have dream vacations. Like it's like my home. I love Pinterest. So it's an amazing thing to utilize if you don't already like use it. So I don't have too much of a plan like for this video, but I just wanted to talk about my foundation series. And if you are not following along on Instagram, I really want to use my YouTube as like another way that I can like really go in depth in being able to create like a solid foundation. And if you also want the checklist that I had posted on Instagram, you can comment checklist and I will send it to you. And it's just something that I kind of also created to go along with my series for women to be able to also like, okay, like this is a solid foundation and this is exactly what I can do. If you want to follow it along with me, you can also add additional things to your list. But basically, let me read it to you. My solid foundation list for this week and then also going into next week. I am no phone for the first 90 minutes. I wake up, I do like my skincare, everything. I, brush my teeth. I do all of that. I take my supplements and then I grab my journal and then I go into like my journal and my daily intentions and like creating a checklist of everything that I have to do for the day. And then I'll have breakfast. So I'll also not be on my phone while I'm eating breakfast, which is also another good thing to like prevent like bloating. Fun fact, to prevent like bloating is you want to be like intentional like when you're eating and like looking at like your colors on your plates and all of that good stuff. So no phone for the first 90 minutes. And then my second one is journal. So intention/brain dump. So that's like my like absolutely. And then my meal. So meal plan/grocery shop with intention. Protein with breakfast before coffee and caffeine. So meal planning has been absolute like game changer for me. I felt like for a while we were buying all the groceries that we needed to buy, but when it came down to like thinking of dinners or things like that, like I'd be like, oh my God, I don't know what I want for dinner. He doesn't know what he wants. Okay, we're just gonna like make something. But sometimes it's just more intentional and you get like more like your nutrients and like all that stuff if you plan it out. And I personally will go on like Pinterest, I'll go on like TikTok, like whatever your diet is, like you can literally search that up. I am no gluten. I try to do like not as much dairy, and then I just want as whole foods as possible. So I'll go on Pinterest and I'll type in like whole foods, no gluten dinner ideas or breakfast ideas or lunch ideas. I just find things that I like, and then that's usually how I just like create meals, because that's always been a big question is like, well, how do you find these meals? And we just need resources. Like I will share a few of my favorites, or I guess like so scary if you want me to open up my Pinterest board. I mean, I can also do that. My Pinterest board is private, but I mean, I'll also do that for you girls. So like if you guys, I have tons of like meal ideas and everything that I keep on there. So meal planning with intentions is going to be really important, but also your protein with your breakfast. It is so important for our bodies to be able to get the protein intake that we need for the day. If you're a gym girly, it's also super crucial. But I also feel that a lot of people, I used to do this too, I'll have like caffeine or like my coffee on like an empty stomach, and working with my functional practitioner of knowing like how bad that is, like how much I was like harming my body and could be a huge reason why I'm not conceiving, is like, it's sad. It's so sad. So I make sure I do all of those things, and then I'll have my like coffee or caffeine. I haven't been really doing pre-workout or anything, but I have been loving these Slate coffees. These have 20 grams of protein, so it feels like I feel a little bit better because it has protein in it. Those have been really good. So that's definitely what I'll do. But home reset, this has been a huge one that I feel like made my brain feel so like I'm ready to tackle in 2026, is home reset / declutter regulation. Is fresh sheets, and just like I did like my like regular cleaning around the house. So everything that I do every single week, I made sure to do all of that. And then I also did closet sweeps. So I donated what doesn't serve me anymore. I went to like both closets and I went through I want to go through it one more time, because you know, like you go through it once and you're like, oh, I'm gonna keep this, but then you go through it a second time and you're like, oh, why did I keep this? Like you just, that's what I need to do. I need to go one more time. I'm donating my honor clothes to some of my girlies that I have on Instagram. So I'm gonna try to like plan like a meetup for them to give them like bundles and stuff. So that was a big one for me, because it was just so much like, it was like taking over my brain in such like a weird way. I don't know how to describe it, but like clutter and having so much stuff, or like when stuff doesn't fit where it's supposed to go because there's too much stuff in it, it needs to go. Like something needs to go. Like you don't need a bigger closet, you just need less things. I'm gonna say that. I'm a girl and I'm gonna say that. I'm sorry. So we did that, and then my cabinets, I completely like reorganized and cleaned out all of my kitchen cabinets, and then I did all of my bathroom cabinets. I threw out like old underwear, like if like I wanted all new, not a lot, but like I wanted new underwear. I think that's so important for a woman too. I think women keep underwear for like years, and like year out, like probably not even that. Out. And then movement for the first week, I did movement that feels good. I did start a new program on Monday. So I am back to feeling like strong and good in the gym. I did lose a few pounds because I didn't work out for like 3 weeks, but we are back. We are gonna feel strong. We are gonna gain that weight back. Movement is like my full priority, but doing movement that makes me feel good. And then also inbox. So my inbox on my like, I have like 3 emails were so full. Like I had emails from months ago that I didn't even need, and it was starting to be like 1,000, 2,000 that I was keeping for like no reason. So we actually archived a lot, deleted a lot. So when I look at it, I don't have any work to do compared to like before. I was like, oh my God, where's the message? I need this to do. I need this to do. I need this to do. It was just a lot. So get emails as close to 0 as possible. I know it's hard, but it's gonna serve you, I promise. Regulation. So make sure I'm drinking my water with my electrolytes. Absolutely. I've been working on that for like 4 months. I was not a huge water drinker before, but now it's like, I love it. That's literally all I drink is water, and then my little coffee drinks, and then pomegranate juice. Pretty much it. My bedtime tea. I drink spearmint and chamomile tea every single night for the last like 7-8 months. That is how I wind down. Like I look forward to that tea every single night. Spearmint tea is really good for like your acne, your regulating like your hormones in your body. But chamomile tea also makes you like your nervous system calm down and wind down, and makes you feel a little tired. And I just know when I start drinking that tea, my body is like, I want to say like shutting down, but that has like such like a weird connotation to it. So I feel like it's like settling, like it's like winding down. It's like starting to feel like comfortable. Like I know it's almost like bedtime. Like that's my like I get to lay in bed. I've been coloring a lot. That's also like another like nervous system regulation thing that I've been trying to like work on. Not being on my phone before I go to bed every night, but like coloring, reading a book. I have been watching back to my Gilmore Girls after my little shameless little thing. So I'm back to like my comfort show, and that's just been great. I absolutely love it. Like my bedtime tea, like sometimes it's like 8:30 and Antonio would be like, he'll go in the room and be like, hey, do you want me to make you your tea? Like I feel like it's that time. And I just love that he knows that it's that time. Like this is what habits are, like where everybody around you knows. Like if you're a 5 a.m. girly, everybody expects to see your post at 5 a.m. Like that's what I strive for. I want that in my life. And I love that like somebody so close to me is starting to know those patterns. And it's just been such like a mental shift for me. So I know that was like a lot of things that I have on my checklist. So if you want my checklist, please let me know and I will definitely send it to you. It's just easier because instead of you like taking notes through the full video, like you'll be able to have this checklist sent. That is just week 1 of my series. I do have about 12 weeks planned out, ready to go. I have checklists for every single week because we're going to build. So next week, we're gonna do the inflammation edit. I'm not gonna go too much into this because this video is probably gonna be long enough, but we are gonna do inflammation edit next week, how I lowered inflammation in my body. I worked really hard on it. I've noticed such a big difference in my skin, my gut, like bloating, even the way that I like sleep, my energy levels, my periods. Like I have noticed such a huge difference just in my overall life, and I'm so excited. That episode is probably going to be like my all-time favorite. I have a good feeling about it. But anyways, I think that is it for my internal edit series on YouTube, 1 of 12. On Monday on Instagram, a different version, and then I'll be going more in depth on that series. And if you guys have questions, I like to share like my tips and tricks and how I'm doing it, and just like more of like a personal way behind it, I will be sharing on YouTube. So make sure you follow along and let me know how you like it. But I appreciate you guys so much if you sat here and you watched my video and you let me share my life with you and pour my heart and soul into you. And I'm ready for both of us to grow in 2026. I'm ready for us to achieve everything our heart desires. I'm ready for us to work really hard for the things that we want in life, because nothing great ever comes easy. And I want you to remind yourself for that, because it's so important that just because you put it on a vision board, just because you told somebody about it, does not mean it's gonna come true. We have to work really hard in the everyday habits to make that version of us come true. Maybe a little side note, I did this like little thing with my life coach, and she had asked me, so like at the end of 2026, like when you see yourself walking into a coffee shop, like what do you imagine her? Like how do you envision her? And I told her that like I see this like woman who is just like unapologetically herself. She's confident. She looks like she just has this like aura about her that just makes you want to like gravitate towards her and be like, I want to be her friend. Like she seems like such like a genuine soul. Like that's who I want my future self to be. But I also want her to be confident in like who she is. I want her to be alone because I want her to be comfortable and feeling like I'm just comfortable with who I am, to be able to go into this coffee shop and have this coffee and have this lunch and sit there, and she's gonna be wearing maybe like a blazer and some jeans and like some little kitten heels, you know, she's gonna be like cutie chic. And that's who I want to remind myself. And she was like, okay, like what is one thing that you can tell her that like is important? Like you know it now, but like at the end of the year, like you know it. Like this is such a big thing. And I said that the everyday habits matter. And she was like, you know, like expand. And I'm like that, like I know every day, like I know if I show up to the gym today, like it matters. But at the end of the year, if I showed up 3 times that year, or if I showed up every single day, there's gonna be such a huge difference at the end of the year on who I am and how I'm showing up. And so I want her to know that those everyday habits matter. You have no idea, like just because you think like writing in this journal may seem silly, and it could be like that seems lame, but this is gonna make such a huge difference to me. Like I know it, I feel it. And I wanted to share that with you because truly, like, your everyday habits, and that's what I wanted this episode to be, is like foundation, like creating that solid foundation and having those like consistent habits you do every single day is gonna shape you more than you realize. Like, I believe in you, and I know you believe in yourself, and I know you know that you can do it, but now I need you to show up. I need you to show up as her, because 2026 is our year. Like, we're going to accomplish so much together, and I just can't wait to cheer you on, because I know you girls cheer me on, and I can't wait to do the same for you guys. So I think this video is long enough. I hope you guys loved it, and I can't wait for this series. I think it's going to change my life, and I really hope that it's like changes some of yours, and I hope you learn one thing or two things, or I don't know. I can't wait for it. So I love you guys, and I hope you guys like this video. If you did like it, comment, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube girly things, and help us reach more girls that may need a community and an audience for us. So I love you guys, and I cannot wait for the next video. Bye.